Welcome to and Awaken Your Soul's Unlimited Potential. My name is Eva, and as always, I'm so happy to have you here with me. And today, I want to start off by sharing an experience I had a while back on my channel where someone actually commented on one of my videos, and it was a really nasty comment. It wasn't a nice comment, it was something to do with my appearance, right? I remember looking at that message and thinking, thank God that this message has gotten me when I've really evolved, to become the person that I am. Because had this comment come at me when I was starting my channel, when I was still so unsure about myself, when I was still so unsure about whether I was good enough to actually do this, to actually start a YouTube channel and record myself, because I was a really shy girl. Had this comment gotten me then, I would have shut everything down and be like, I'm done, this is not for me, this is a sign that, it's time to move on and all that. But when I looked at that comment, honestly, I laughed. That was one. And the second thing is that I felt sorry for this person. And I'm going to be sharing why I felt sorry for this person. But first of all, when I looked at that comment, it was kind of like a sudden realization of, like, the universe was showing me, like, hey, look at how much you've evolved. You've changed so much, because such a comment would have made me get so depressed had I received, like, years back, like, before my healing journey. Such a comment would have destroyed me. And this was kind of like the universe's way of showing me that you have evolved so much. And I'm reminded this by the fact that sometimes we encounter certain situations, and I don't know if you're watching this and if you've ever encountered this. Like, you go through something, right? You learn the lesson, and then it's kind of like months later or even years later, you go through the same thing, kind of like a test by the universe to check, did you actually learn your lesson, or are you still gonna go back to who you are? And we always face those situations. It could be that you broke up with someone, or someone broke up with you in such a painful way, and maybe you decided that you're gonna take a break from the dating scene for a while to heal, to get in touch with yourself, right? And once you've done your healing, the universe decides to test you and bring this person again, just to see if you're gonna make the same mistake again. For some of us, we go back to who we were, because it kind of like we lie to ourselves that it's easier to go back to where we were, because we know, we remember who we were, and it's safer there compared to the unknown future that we're walking into. So we'll usually go back to the old patterns, to the old people that we left along our journey, because that's what we remember. But for some people, when they're faced with certain situations, it's kind of like an aha moment, kind of like a pat on the back of, like, you did good. You've done such an amazing job. Look at how far you've come. And that's how I looked at that moment. And I have to say, like, I've faced this test, like, a couple of times in my life, like having people come back in my life at certain junctions, just to kind of test whether I was gonna say yes to them, accept them back into my life, rather than walk away. It has happened to me so many times. And there are so many times I actually failed to learn that lesson, and I would go back, and that's why I'm highlighting this. I went back, and I learned an even painful lesson from going back. But eventually I did learn my lesson, and I got to here where I am right now, where I'm like, okay, I've learned the lesson, I've moved from that, give me the next lesson. Because here's the thing, right? Like, you cannot graduate to the next class until you've learned all the lessons that you need to learn where you currently are. That's the thing. So you're gonna always attract the same people, the same circumstances over and over again, until the point that you've learned the lesson that you needed to learn. So if you haven't, and you keep going back to who you were, you will be relearning that lesson over and over and over again for the rest of your life. And so many people actually get stuck in that. They don't realize that you've done so much work to evolve from that. You don't even appreciate yourself for all the wins that you've had along the way, so that when you're faced with the same situation, you forget all the work you did to get to where you are right now, and then you go back. And I want you to have awareness to recognize when such moments happen. Don't go back to who you are. Take a moment to reflect. Why is this happening to me? Why am I encountering this situation right now? It's not meant to punish you. It's meant to remind you of something. So remind yourself, pat yourself on the back for all the work you've done. But most important, don't go back to who you are, because you did a lot of work to get out of there. Okay? So back to the story. Look at this comment, laugh at myself. Thank God that, I've really evolved and I've stepped into my own, with my YouTube channel. And I'd say I'm more confident compared to where I was when I was beginning. But you know what I decided to do after that? I actually went into meditation and I sent this person love. Like literally, I just sent them love. Because you know what I realized? It's only an unhappy person, someone who's really bitter with themselves, who'd feel the need to put someone else down in order to get that person down to the level they're at. So this person, when they're doing these nasty things to you, they're not doing it because they're filled with so much love. They're doing it because they're filled with so much hatred for themselves, for their life. They're doing it because they're in so much pain, and the only outlet of their pain is the easiest, the person that they can easily target, because they can't go after the person that they really want to go to. So they go for the easy target. And the easy target, sadly, is maybe you on the receiving end. And if you don't have awareness of that, for so many people will be flawed by that. One nasty comment just makes you question everything about your life. And you don't realize that this person is also struggling. And the only reason they're doing that is just to get you down to their level. So that, misery loves company, right? So if I'm miserable, I want all the people around me to be miserable. I don't want you to be happy. So what's the easiest way for me to do that? It's to make you as miserable as me, to attack your vulnerable points. So if you're not strong enough, for so many people, you'll fall down on such moments and just conform to what this person says about you, which is not true. They're miserable. They're sad. And look at it this way. I want you to actually reflect on it with your life, right? Think about the happiest moment in your life, your entire life. Like, reflect on that one moment that you were truly happy. Like, you woke up, everything was working out for you. Did you at any point in that state decide that I'm gonna go yell at someone? I'm gonna go be angry at someone? I'm gonna go make someone else miserable because I'm so happy? No. You're so happy, and the only thing you want to do is more of those things that make you happy. You want to hang out with your friends, you want to travel, you want to have the best experiences. You're not thinking about hurting someone else. But when someone is angry, when someone is bitter in their own life, their first reaction is, let me go make someone else miserable so that I am not alone in this. So I'm going to make you sad, right? And what's the best way to deal with those kind of people? It's not to show them anger or retaliate, by, also sending a nasty comment back. That doesn't work. That doesn't diffuse the situation. That only fuels the situation and makes it much stronger. And that's not what you want. Because you can't pour gasoline on fire and expect the fire to die down. You'll only be making the fire stronger. So the best way is to just pour some water, and the water in this case will be love, compassion, understanding, forgiveness. I preach forgiveness and my work because forgiveness has been such a game changer for me, and this is coming from someone who could hold grudges against other people for years for one slight mistake they made, and hold on to that anger regardless of how justified it was. And I thought it was justified, but it wasn't really serving me. Was just making me more miserable and me more hateful about the world, and that's really a state that was really not serving my highest self, and this is not what I want for you if you're watching this. So trust me, sending love and forgiveness to this other person, it is the best thing you can do to diffuse the situation. I know, I'm gonna share one of my experiences, like when I was in the corporate world, it was a high pressure environment, and of course there were certain people there that were not so nice to me, and we would have arguments, and I hated them. Of course I wouldn't comfort them, right? They would say all their nastiness to me, and I'll retreat into my own corner because I was so afraid and I was so shy and I didn't want to voice out my concerns to them. So I'd get angry with them. I wouldn't talk to them for months, for days, and avoid them because that was easy, to be angry and to go talk about them with the people around me and share my frustration with the people around me to get them on my side. And I thought I was justified, but it wasn't really serving me. But you know what actually changed that situation? It wasn't the anger. I decided to just go into meditation, forgive this person, send them love. And I did that for a couple of weeks. And then one day, that situation just magically changed without me having to have a conversation with this person. It was just me trying to put myself in that other person's shoes and trying to see where they were coming from, where that anger was coming from on their side. I did that, and then I'll send love and understanding and forgiveness and compassion to this person. And I did that over and over and over again. It wasn't easy. It's never easy to forgive someone, especially when you feel justified in your anger. It's not. But by doing that, I actually diffused that situation. And all of a sudden, a person I wasn't talking to for months, all of a sudden started talking to me without any effort from me. And if anything, actually even started singing my praises around the workplace. And I was like, what happened? I didn't do anything to this person. I just sent them love. So that's how powerful the power of forgiveness and love is. And it's the best way to deal with those kind of situations. Don't add more fuel to it with the anger and the hatred you'll have towards this other person. Send them love, send them compassion, and watch that situation just magically transform without you even having to do anything. If you don't feel like doing it, don't do it. Don't react from a place of anger, because that will never have the best results for you. So that was my share for today. Hope you've enjoyed my video. I hope I've inspired you. Let me know down below if I've actually inspired you, and share some of your experiences. I'm always happy to hear from you. Sending you so much love. As always, if you haven't subscribed to my channel and you like the kind of content I do share out here, make sure that you subscribe and also click on the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any content I share out here. And as a thank you so much for tuning in and watching my video up to this point, I prepared a beautiful quantum flow meditation to help you tap into higher vibrational states, to help you tap into emotions of love, peace, forgiveness, happiness, calmness. Tap into these emotions easier and release the stress and the anxiety that maybe you've been dealing with on a daily basis. So if you want a meditation that can help you shift your mindset, shift your moods in just a couple of minutes, you can download it for free. Down below in the description box, you will get the link for that. And just to share on how I can help you tap into the best potential to actually awaken your highest and best potential as the soul that you're meant to be in this current experience you're having right now. I do work with two modalities that can help you with that, one of which is quantum flow. So quantum flow is all about biohacking your nervous system. A lot of people don't know that a lot of the trauma and the emotional wounds, all this pain that we've gone through in our lives, all of them are recorded in your nervous system. And what happens is that they actually form certain crystals inside of your nervous system that block the flow of energy inside of your body. And how this manifests in your life is that it impacts your emotional, your mental, your physical, your spiritual, your energetic well-being. All of these areas will be affected when you have all these blockages inside of your system. So what quantum flow does is that it actually uses breathwork, sound, and movement to help you biohack your system, break down all these crystals and get the energy flowing again. It helps you release all these blocks in your chakras, get the energy flowing again inside of your body so that you can actually tap into higher vibrational states, tap into well-being from your physical, mental, emotional, spiritual well-being. The best thing is that it actually reconnects you with your soul. It helps you build that connection to your higher self so that you can hear the messages coming through, reminding you about your soul's true purpose. So if you love to connect with that, if you like to tap into that, you can connect with me on Facebook and Instagram, ask any questions that you have, or even go right ahead and book a 30-minute discovery call and ask any question that you might have for me. And hopefully I will get to serve you and help you heal in this way. The second modality I do work with is called soul realignment, which is based on working with the Akashic record. So what we do with soul realignment is that you actually get to identify who you are at a soul level. How are you created by God? What gifts did God give you? What gifts make you uniquely you? What gifts are you supposed to leverage to create the kind of experiences that you want in your life? Because a lot of people have been affected by all of this noise in the world. We've been made to believe that certain paths will serve us best compared to other paths, and for so many people, they follow paths that go against who they are meant to be at a soul level. They go against their gifts, making their life more difficult. You see, our gifts that we were actually gifted by God, we're supposed to leverage this. And what happens is that these gifts are actually, they come naturally for most of us, so much so that we actually don't even recognize them as gifts. But the beauty with the soul realignment reading is that it will help you identify these particular gifts and help you be more understanding it with the people around you, because you'll also be able to recognize that they're also gifted in their own way, right? And recognize that there's a reason why they have their gifts and you have their gifts, because what they can do, you can't do. And what you can do, they can't do. So find a way to coexist with the people around you based on you tapping into and leveraging your particular soul gifts. So you can uncover that with the soul realignment reading. The second thing is that you get to discover a soul group. Where are you originally from? What characteristics does your soul group have? What gifts can you leverage to create your human experience? The third thing is that you get to measure where you currently are vibrationally. Where is your consciousness tapped into? Where are you getting your higher guidance from? You can get that with the soul realignment reading. The fourth thing is that you get to discover your soul story. You go back to a particular past life that you started making negative choices that currently impact your well-being, your day-to-day being, making you attract certain people and certain experiences to your current human experiences, just to help you resolve that karma for yourself. And without that awareness, so many people keep on making the same mistake over and over and over again, never learning the lessons that they need to learn. So if you want to know the particular lessons that your soul came here to learn, you can uncover that with a soul realignment reading. And the last thing, you get to energetically heal all of this karma from your blueprint. You get a 21-day prayer from me to help you integrate this energetic healing into your physical well-being and help you. Now, based on the new choices that you will get through the reading, you will know how to show up in the world. You'll know what choices will support your higher self and which choices don't, so that you might avoid creating this negative karma again for yourself. So if you're curious again about this, connect with me down below, Facebook, Instagram, ask any questions that you have for me, or go ahead and book a discovery call with me to learn more. Ask any questions that you have for me, and hopefully, again, I will get to serve you in this beautiful way and help you heal in the best way possible. For now, again, sending you so much love, and I hope I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.